Here's another podcast from the Pod Bros Network.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Jean-Pod Van Damme Cast. It is Jeff and John in studio in Wyandotte, Michigan at the DCA. We are doing 6 Degrees of Van Damme as we take on TC 2000, this 1993 not rated 1 hour and 31 minute action sci-fi film in which somewhere in the future the environmental overkill had come. Many people had died. The rich were able to build the underworld. The poor had to stay on the surface building gangs to survive. Jason Storm, an underworld guard, gets knowledge of a conspiracy to kill all people on the surface. He needs to flee to the surface and win Sumai, a respected martial arts master, as his ally to stop the dirty plots.
When you explain it like that, it makes even less sense than watching it in the film.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Oliver Heidelbach, for being the only person to give a plot summary to this.
Yes.
That's as best as you can do, honestly. Yeah. I mean, director was T.J. Scott, writers J. Stephen Maunder, Richard M. Samuels, and others. And the tagline is, only one man can save us from oblivion.
That's all right. It's a little vague.
Very vague, man. Very vague.
Could you just put that in every,
I was just going to say, that could be put in every fucking action film, right? The one thing here, man, so, here's our tie-in for the 6 Degrees of Van Damme.
Oh, man, this is the perfect tie-in, too.
Bolo Young plays Master Sumai. Bolo Young, we all know who that is. If you don't, why are you listening to this?
Just watch any Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
Yep. Billy Blanks with the No Retreat, No Surrender sequels and the King of the Kickboxer.
His acting is improved in this one. I'll give him that much.
Yeah, right. Matthias Hughes, who plays Bigelow. And I'm sure there's some others in here, too, that have been in Van Damme
It really does
films.
tie the knot nicely.
Yeah. Jalal Murray plays Nicky Picasso. Billy Blanks is Jason Storm. I think I mentioned Bolo Young's Master Sumai. Bobby Phillips plays Zoe Kinsella / TC2000X. Matthias Hughes plays Bigelow. Kelly Gallant plays Zircon. Harry Mock, Blade. Ramsey Smith, Controller.
They do
Gregory
have great names.
Philpott, yeah. Dr. Cameron Johnson. MJ King is Sumai's daughter. Alex Apple plays Sparks. Harold Howard plays Harold.
Oh, that makes sense.
Scott Hogarth plays Scott.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Makes it easy on them.
Doug Lennox plays Overlord, and that's it. We'll just go with that. So, oh, man.
Where to begin?
Yeah, where to begin with this?
This movie, it combines... It reminded me a great deal of Cyborg, too. A great deal of Cyborg.
Yeah, it could definitely fit in the Cyborg universe.
It's definitely, one of those early 90s, heavily inspired by Terminator and also martial art films, movies, where the plot is more complex than most of these movies.
Yeah.
In fact, it's overly complex to being on the point of being incomprehensible.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
We're in some sort of weird post-apocalyptic future where no one anywhere owns a gun.
Yeah, man, you're right about that.
Everyone just uses martial arts weapons and choreography.
And when you do have guns, they come in long cases that somehow fit down pipes and go through the curve easily.
It's there's just these weird guns. I don't know. Even the underground cops had these weird tasers. And,
yeah, right. Yeah, it was.
And these, when a gun finally does show up, it's this magical thing that just mows people down.
Yeah. And, holy shit, these things exist.
Yeah, they're not that hard to make.
Yeah, we have basically the apocalypse type film. TC stands for Tracker Communicator,
which is the lamest.
Yeah, man. Yeah, really. For sure. I loved that they were wearing welding masks, though.
They're biker welding masks. Yeah.
This movie has a budget, except when it comes to costumes.
Yeah. And the missiles at the end of the movie that were just...
fireworks.
Yeah, they're just fireworks. They're bottle rockets.
Yeah, man. They're leaving... basically, all this movie is dudes fighting dudes.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's kind of I felt like it was made by like the same like production team that had made like Power Rangers or something.
Yes, man.
They even would go like "Sixia, yeah," you know. It reminded me a lot of Masters. What was that? Saturday morning or Sunday
that we
morning?
Talked about.
Yeah.
Was it WMC or something like that? Yeah, man. And they all you need to know is guys are rappelling down buildings. There's guys in camel pants. There's martial arts. There's Billy Blanks running
with a really bad like 5-head flat top.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's very.
He looks a lot better with a shaved head.
Terrible Demolition Man Wesley Snipes is what it is. Then they're in some building with all these pipes around them. I never really understood what this building was supposed to be. And they're using pipes in every fight and whatnot. Like a guy jumps up on one uses one as a weapon.
He puts a guy in a tree of woe on a pipe later in the movie.
Oh, it was crazy. Pipes galore. Mario would be proud. And we find out that they use the hands of dead bodies from the TCs to get into this place to begin with these bad guys. I think they call them breakers. The bad guys were breakers. We see Matthias Hughes and Billy Blanks have some sort of rivalry. They're both cops for it.
Well, like, wasn't Matthias like a security guard or something, and Billy Blanks was the TC?
Yeah. And then they start sparring and fighting each other.
And it was a good
back and forth.
Yeah.
Billy was getting his butt kicked, and then Matthias gets the scissor, like Billy's scissor takes down him and gets the upper head. And then it comes to a draw, but Billy got the last kick in.
You're like, oh, that's unfinished business.
And his partner Zoe has this key around her neck on a necklace that her father gave her and told her never to take off. And she's like, I don't know what it's for, but I'm going to listen to my dead dad. So she never does.
Always listen to your dead dad, folks.
Mm-hmm. Next, we get an underground fight with Bolo, and he does a dim mock for some dude. Except they don't call it the dim mock here, but it's totally the dim mock. Like the guy hides behind some big fat guy, and Bolo Young like fucking punches him in the stomach, and it goes through him, hits the dude, knocks the dude out, and the fat guy's like, oh.
Little Tim Allen there.
Yep, some Tim Allen noises. And then, like, we're in the castle of the Breakers or whatnot, I think it was.
Their wasteland, stronghold or whatever.
And they find that they have a tracking device, and they're like, yeah, one dude gets so excited, he just flips off the table.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to do a random flip.
There is, like, literally any excuse for martial arts choreography.
Oh, I know, dude. Everything in
Even
it.
Like, at the end of the movie, where they show the main characters, they all just have like kung fu weaponry. And
yes.
Like one had a Chinese broadsword, one had those
credits. That
butterfly
was my
swords.
Favorite credits I think I've ever seen in my life. Man.
They didn't use those weapons in the movie at all.
Not at all.
And like half of them weren't kung fu. Like
nope. They were just like, Matthias, here, take this fucking sword.
Just like shove it.
Yep, and that's what he did. So they're breaking into the place. Billy gets a page on his tracker system, and then we get some more fighting.
You will get a decent amount of martial arts fights in this movie.
Yeah.
Some might say too much.
Honestly,
like I didn't think I'd be able to
ever say too much, right?
But it was just like some of the fight scenes were about twice as long as they needed to be.
Yeah,
if not 3 times longer.
And then there's a part where honestly, this whole movie is a fucking fight scene.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, all my notes are basically like, they fight again. Except here, the Breakers have face paint on. They look like they belong on the Warriors instead of TC 2000.
Can you dig it?
Warriors come out to play. I don't even feel like reading my notes for all this. Know that Zoe gets fucking mowed down.
Turned into a Terminator.
It's a bad guy. Yeah, they turn her into a Terminator, but it's actually the inside guys who are doing it
the whole time.
In
their effort to destroy the entire surface of the planet.
Yep.
Again. Which made no sense.
And then Billy...
When they could have made the surface of the planet lush and like fix the ozone layer.
Yeah, but they didn't want to do that.
No.
And then there's a scientist that is absolutely in love with Zoe, and so he like convinces them to bring her back as the TC 2000.
And then she starts banging the leader of the Breakers, like making out with them at every opportunity because of some sort of aspect of her programming or something.
Yeah, right.
And
it was supposed to be a part of the job, but it looked like it was getting a little bit too involved.
Yeah.
And Then
and he had a French accent or something for no reason.
Yeah, for no reason.
Like a French pirate thing going on.
Yep. It was really weird.
Very theatrical.
Had some more fighting in. The final
plot
scene
made no sense.
The plot made no sense at all.
Very,
it really didn't.
Very like convoluted is the word I would use.
Yes.
At first I was interested.
I know, right? Yeah, at first I was like, hey, I can.
And then
dig
it just
this.
kind of devolved and devolved, and it made Cyborg look like a masterpiece, which it is. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah, exactly. But
this movie doesn't hold up a candle to Cyborg.
And
even the plot of Cyborg 2 made more sense in this movie.
I was going to say, yeah, right? I'd rather watch Cyborg 2
This
over
movie
this
would probably
one,
be on par with Cyborg 3.
Shoot, man. Even Cyborg 3 I'd watch over this one. Cyborg 3 at least had Malcolm McDowell in it.
Yeah, but this movie has a fight scene with Mateus and Bolo Yuang. Yuang.
Yeah.
Tom
There is that one. You're right about that. That was another thing, too. I expected to get more Mateus Hughes in this.
Yeah.
And he really was he showed up to fight Billy Blanks, and then he showed up to fight Bolo.
That's true.
And then that was kind of like.
And then he held the door shut.
And then he held the door shut, in which Bolo punches the door.
See, that part was actually pretty good because they foreshadowed it and everything.
Yeah, right. I did love that. They had
open that door.
They had the training montages with like the Newton balls hitting back and forth with each other, and then that's how Bolo is explaining his Dimmock. He's like, you see, the Force uses this and goes through.
Yeah,
and
hold on, I should be writing this down.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, let's try this out. Jeff, get on the other side of the door. My hand! It's broke!
Okay, I'm ready.
Did you feel that? What?
Sorry, I dropped a nickel.
I wasn't at the door yet. Oh, man. And there's a crazy-ass fight scene between Mateus and Bolo. Billy Blanks is fighting two dudes.
For about 15 fucking minutes, man.
Yeah.
Like, he'd knock one down, the other one would get up. He'd knock him down. And he'd do like his 20, rabbit jab combos. Or he's like, he's finally got him. He still gets back up. I'm like, I don't know. And these guys weren't even built up as badasses or like Mateus Hughes was.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
And they didn't look all that.
They did not look that
they were
intimidating.
They were big dudes. Don't get me wrong, but they didn't look like.
They didn't look like martial artists.
No,
let's just put it that way.
They kind of look like those dudes in those sword cutting videos that you see on YouTube, where they cut an entire beef.
Yeah, a whole row of water bottles.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Or an entire sheep in half.
Yeah, 5
Cold Steel. The Cold Steel. Yeah, look up Cold Steel sword testing, and you'll see exactly what these people look like.
Yeah. So the end is basically Zoe finally starts to remember everything.
She looks great with a top knot, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, they're trying to stop the sequence from going on, and then finally Bolo's like, let me try, and he enters in life, and she's like, that's right, Zoe is Greek for life.
Of course I knew that.
Yep, and then that's it. So the key
I was thinking maybe they'd fix the atmosphere because they're hinting at it would fix the atmosphere, or it was originally intended to. But nah, whatever.
Yeah, well, I was going to say then at the end, and all throughout this, Billy Blanks narrates it too.
Yeah,
so, he's just
it had a weird film noir, which really sucked me in too, because it had
at first, you're going, what's going to happen?
The first 20 minutes, man, this movie looks kind of, maybe we got a real diamond in the rough here.
Yeah, right. No,
but then they just didn't.
Still just a piece of coal.
Yeah, it just kind of exploded outward in every direction and never really coalesced into something.
Yeah, and at the end, he's just like, Mother Nature came back and healed herself.
Good.
And that was it. Almost a 2-hour long movie itself, man. It was an hour and 35 minutes, 40 minutes or something like that. And I'm just going,
it felt longer.
Man, it did. It really did.
It sucks because it really had potential.
I know, right? It really did. I was bummed by it, though, that... there is such thing as too many fights,
Too many cooks.
Too many cooks?
The Cheddar Goblin strikes again.
I know, dude. I want a Cheddar Goblin display box. I wonder if we can get one for the studio.
I want the Cheddar Goblin to be real.
I know. Check out its Rage in a Cage if you want to know what we're referencing. Actually, you won't probably hear that yet, so check that out in a couple weeks. There's only one piece of trivia for this. The film's trailer reuses music from Talons of the Eagle.
Oh.
All right. So Yeah, that was TC 2000. We only got a couple more 6 Degrees of Van Damme films, and one of them is Little Bigfoot, because we made jokes about that in a couple episodes and then found out that the kid from Sudden Death, I think it was, is in Little Bigfoot, and then one of the baddies in a Van Damme film, I believe, is the main bad guy.
Now, there are a couple movies named Little Bigfoot. Which one is it?
It's the, I think, 1997.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It's on YouTube right now, and
because I think there was an animated movie called Little Bigfoot.
Oh, there's a Little Bigfoot 2.
Oh shit! We got another episode on the horizon.
Yep, there we go.
Good news, fans.
It's what you wanted. No shit! The kid from Home Improvement is in it.
Which
Tara
one?
Noah Smith, the youngest boy.
The Satanist?
Yes. Wow. Yeah, Little Bigfoot. Little Bigfoot. It's something.
Little Bigfoot, Little Bigfoot, Little Bigfoot.
I've watched it already. Yeah, 1997.
So many times.
Yeah. I was like, oh, it's sweet. It's Little Bigfoot.
Should it be called Foot?
Littlefoot? Or just...
No, Littlefoot was from Land Before Time. If he's a little Bigfoot, his foot should just be normal size, so it should just be called Foot.
Foot.
The Bigfoot.
Bigfoot and
like
foot.
Tony Schiavone.
Yes. Yep. Oh, man. Yeah, so watch out for that one. That'll be coming up next week. And maybe one or two others, I think. We're still going to try to find the Knights, which has been really hard to try to find.
Yes.
But if we can, we can. We Die Young is now, as we record, has just finally come out on DVD and Blu-ray.
Oh, dude, fuck yeah.
So we'll be reviewing that soon as well. So, all right. Thank you all so much for listening. Did I already do my spiel here?
I don't think you did.
I don't think I did. Patreon.com/Podbros. We have a JPVD tier over there that gives you a super secret episode for only $1. Amazon, use our link. Doesn't cost you anything. Just go to podbros.com. Click on that Amazon button. It gives us a little bit of a kickback, and we truly appreciate those that help out. Also, tee.pub/lic/podbros. I am wearing in studio. I think I've been wearing this every week. And oh wait, no, I'm not. I switched shirts. Never mind.
Liar.
I'm wearing a Game of Thrones shirt today. So because
what even is that?
Day. So I don't know what that is. Van Damme's.
Are you gonna try their special wings at Buffalo Wild Wings, the Dragon's Fire wings?
No, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Today
so
only.
I guess is it? Oh man! All right, we got to go. Bye. See ya. No, thank you all for listening so much. I am John,
and I am Jeff,
and you've been listening to another episode of the Jean Pod Van Damme Cast. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got to plant this chip into Jeff's head here and then have way too many fight scenes.